The internet is in flames tonight as shocking rumors swirl around reality TV's most composed figure, Yandy Smith. What began as an ordinary night turned into chaos when whispers of an unexpected scandal surfaced, shattering her carefully built image of control and loyalty. Within minutes, hashtags exploded. Fans were dissecting every clip, and blogs ran headlines hinting at betrayal, deception, and the end of yet another love and hip-hop power couple. For years, Yandy's name carried weight in the industry, a symbol of balance between fame and family. But tonight, that reputation stands on shaky ground. Screenshots started circulating, timestamps didn't match, and those who had once defended her began to question if the rumors held weight. It wasn't just the story, it was the silence. Yandy's silence that screamed louder than any denial could. Major gossip outlets jumped in, insiders hinted there was more to come, and producers, usually quiet behind the scenes, were reportedly in panic mode. Meanwhile, fans demanded clarity, tagging everyone connected to the show, desperate for someone to break the tension. The situation escalated so fast that even castmates began to distance themselves online. This wasn't a minor misunderstanding. This was a full-blown PR meltdown unfolding in real time, and everyone wanted answers. Because if the whispers are true, this wouldn't just rewrite Yandy's public image, it could dismantle an entire franchise dynamic built on loyalty, image, and trust. It started quietly. One random post on a small gossip account claiming to have exclusive proof of something that could shake love and hip-hop to its core. At first, nobody took it seriously. The internet is full of clickbait and fake leaks. But then, another page reposted it, followed by a third. Suddenly, the same blurry screenshots were everywhere and the captions became bolder. Yandy caught slipping? Receipts dropping soon? The posts showed timestamps, cropped DMs, and vague hints pointing toward an alleged private trip that didn't match her official filming schedule. Fans with sharp eyes began connecting dots, matching nail colors, outfits, even reflections in background mirrors, to prove that the timeline didn't add up. Twitter threads turned into full-blown investigations as users built theories frame by frame, dissecting every image Yandy had posted that month. Strangely, as the conversation spread, Yandy remained silent. No comment, no clarification, no cryptic quote, nothing. And in celebrity culture, silence speaks volumes. The lack of a statement only fueled the chaos, making people wonder if something deeper was being hidden. Influencer blogs started using her silence as evidence, saying she was waiting for the storm to pass. Even castmates were posting subtle reactions, eye emojis, half sentences, and indirect tweets that made everything feel more real. Inside fan forums, people argued fiercely. Some defended Yandy, claiming the leaks were fabricated for clout, while others believed the story was too detailed to be fake. The mystery grew, especially when an insider claimed the network had issued a no-comment directive, suggesting damage control was underway. Every hour, the tension mounted as fans begged her to speak, but Yandy's social feeds remained frozen. No likes, no uploads, no live streams. That eerie quietness turned the rumor into a movement, transforming one unverified post into a viral storm that no one, especially Yandy, could ignore. The storm truly broke when Zane went live, pacing across his dimly lit room, voice trembling between anger and disbelief. For nearly 10 straight minutes, he unloaded a torrent of accusations that set the internet ablaze, a raw public airing that felt equal parts confession and vendetta. He claimed that during what was described as a mixed business and vacation trip to Puerto Rico, Mendes had been seen with another woman, and he insisted the sightings weren't innocent. Zane's tone was fractured, part hurt, part fury, and every word landed like a blow to fans who had long admired the couple's resilience. Thousands tuned in almost immediately, screen recording the rant, clipping the most incendiary moments, and passing them along on stories and timelines. Though he never uploaded the full proof, Zane repeatedly hinted at messages, photos, and flight logs that would corroborate his version, promising that receipts existed even as he declined to post them live. The phrase Puerto Rico trip stacked on trending lists within minutes, as reaction videos multiplied and commentators rewound his sentences for emphasis. Bloggers snipped the live into short, shareable clips and titled them with provocative lines that amplified the drama. Fans split almost instantly. Some embraced Zane as a whistleblower demanding truth, while others accused him of seeking clout at a vulnerable time. Digital sleuths began cross-referencing timelines and geotags, looking for palm trees or familiar backdrops in old posts to disprove or confirm the rumor. An anonymous account surfaced claiming to possess a blurred photo that matched Zane's description, and within hours the image spread through chat groups and meme pages. Even after Zane deleted his live broadcast, the damage was done. Copies proliferated, and hashtags associated with the claim continued to climb. Producers and publicists reportedly reached out to contain the fallout, but every attempt to quiet the noise seemed to fuel fresh speculation. As the clips multiplied, questions hardened into accusations in comment sections across platforms, pressuring the couple's inner circle to respond. Yet the core issue remained unresolved. Some saw Zane's outburst as a necessary reveal, others as a messy spectacle that distorted facts. The rapid spread of his rant transformed a private suspicion into a public crisis. And as the story echoed through feeds and group chats, one relentless question dominated the chatter. Was this a betrayal exposed or a vendetta in motion? Legal experts on message boards warned that unverified claims could have consequences, while fans demanded transparency, pushing for tangible proof or a definitive denial so the speculation could be laid to rest. Within hours of Zane's live, social media transformed into an obsessive investigation, with casual scrollers becoming determined online detectives. Every beach selfie, every sunset post, and one now infamous dinner photo were examined under microscopes of speculation as fans zoomed, enhanced, and compared pixels. The dinner shot, soft candlelight, a long table, and a hand reaching across the frame, became a focal point, a small moment blown into alleged proof. Users circled watches, compared bracelets, and debated whether a shadow matched Mendes's profile. Reddit threads and private groups assembled side-by-side comparisons, mapping upload times against flight logs and known appearances. Even reflections in mirrored glass sparked threads that argued for and against the authenticity of the images. Some supporters argued that inconsistencies simply proved editing or selective framing, while others insisted the details added up to a pattern of suspicious behavior. Gossip vloggers amplified the frenzy, promising insider confirmations and claiming that resort staff had spoken off the record. Other investigators dug deeper into comments and tag histories, uncovering accounts that allegedly placed the mystery woman in Puerto Rico during the same window. A blurry clip from a hotel lobby circulated widely. Viewers slowed the footage frame by frame, noting posture and gait and declaring it strong circumstantial evidence. Photographs of Mendes at a lounge with unknown company were pasted into gossip posts and stitched into montage videos that played on repeat across platforms. The online court of public opinion demanded clarity, and the uncertainty fed itself. Every alleged proof prompted new searches and more alleged proofs. Even reputed fan journalists warned that confirmation bias was rampant, but that caution did little to stop the viral spread. Meanwhile, Yandy's silence made interpretation easier for the accusing camp. Without her voice, assumptions filled the void. Hashtags proliferated. Dinner in PR, Sa who is she, and where is Yandy? Popping onto trending pages and fueling relentless debate. At the center of the frenzy was a single truth. In the age of smartphones and social feeds, a single ambiguous image can ignite a scandal. And once the momentum starts, it becomes almost impossible to control. Public perception shifted quickly as influencers monetized the chaos, hosting reaction streams, selling exclusive Patreon updates, and interviewing unnamed insiders. A media ecosystem profiting from uncertainty, while the accused and the accused's family suffered the relentless consequences of rumor-driven fame and livelihoods. The chaos intensified when an unexpected audio clip surfaced late one night, an alleged phone call between Yandy and Mendes that sent the entire internet spiraling. The clip was brief but explosive, filled with tension, overlapping voices, and a raw edge that made it feel heartbreakingly real. In the grainy audio, Yandy's voice trembles as she demands honesty, accusing Mendes of lying about the Puerto Rico trip. "You told me you were working," she says through audible tears. "But you were out there embarrassing me." His response, low and defensive, mutters something about misunderstandings, which only deepens the pain in her voice. The emotional weight of those few seconds was enough to fuel endless debates. Fans slowed the audio, enhanced background noises, and even used online tools to filter out static, trying to catch every hidden clue. Some claimed to hear faint waves and tropical music, pointing to a beachside argument, while others insisted it was staged or manipulated. Regardless of its authenticity, the clip dominated timelines, spreading like wildfire across fan pages and gossip blogs. Major outlets reposted it with titles like "The Call That Broke the Internet" and "Yandy's Heartbreak Goes Public." Lawyers soon entered the conversation, warning about defamation and privacy violations, but that didn't stop the viral storm. Every influencer, commentator, and podcaster had a take. Some sympathized with Yandy's heartbreak, while others questioned the ethics of leaking something so personal. Mendes' camp stayed silent, which only fueled further speculation. Inside fan forums, listeners analyzed tone shifts, breathing patterns, and pauses, arguing whether the call was genuine or carefully edited. The clip's power wasn't just in what was said, it was in the emotion it carried, the sound of a relationship cracking under pressure. By the time the sun rose, millions had heard the alleged call, and it no longer mattered if it was real or fake, the damage was done. That single leak transformed private pain into public spectacle, erasing boundaries between entertainment and intrusion, and leaving both sides trapped inside an echo chamber of heartbreak, judgment, and viral obsession. As the scandal deepened, friends and fellow celebrities scrambled to calm the chaos, each handling it in their own way. Bambi was one of the first to react subtly, posting a simple prayer hands emoji on her story, which fans immediately interpreted as support for Yandy. Scrappy followed with a late-night live where he urged people to stop spreading pain for clicks. But even his calm tone couldn't cool the temperature. Mama D, however, was far less restrained. In true reality TV fashion, she went live with cryptic warnings declaring, "Snakes don't hiss anymore, they smile in selfies," sending shockwaves through comment sections. Within hours, celebrity blogs and gossip channels were clipping every second, framing these indirect reactions as coded messages. Other public figures chimed in too, some calling for privacy, others demanding accountability. Influencers created entire think pieces dissecting each word, each emoji, and each repost, fueling more interpretations than clarity. Industry insiders whispered that the network had quietly advised cast members to keep distance until the situation cooled, but that directive only made fans think something bigger was being hidden. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, private messages of comfort were exchanged. Bambi reportedly texted Yandy late into the night, offering reassurance and emotional support. A few artists outside the show tweeted encouragement about mental health and forgiveness, trying to shift the tone toward empathy. Yet despite those efforts, the digital world thrived on drama, not healing. Every attempt to calm things seemed to backfire as fans misread silence for guilt and neutrality for disloyalty. Even sponsors began monitoring how the cast handled the controversy, aware that every word could affect brand deals. Through all of it, one truth became clear: fame magnifies pain. In an age where one emoji can ignite headlines, every friend, ally, and co-star became part of a delicate balancing act between support and survival. The louder the noise grew, the clearer it became that this wasn't just a scandal. It was a storm testing the loyalty and restraint of everyone connected to Yandy's world. Just when the internet began to cool down, new receipts reignited the blaze. A blurry piece of hotel lobby footage surfaced, allegedly showing Mendes with a mystery woman in a flowing red dress. The timestamp matched the same weekend as the Puerto Rico trip, and even though the quality was grainy, The online detectives didn't need clarity to draw conclusions. The clip showed the pair entering through a side entrance, heads lowered, as if avoiding attention. The woman's hair, her walk, even her bracelet became topics of deep forensic analysis. Was it Jasmine, the influencer rumored to be in Puerto Rico at the same time? Fans slowed the footage frame by frame, enhancing shadows, comparing body shapes, and matching accessories. Within hours, the video was dissected across TikTok, YouTube, and Reddit. Each frame turned into digital evidence. But the true shock came from the text threads that followed. An anonymous source, claiming to be a friend of the friend, leaked screenshots allegedly between Mendes and a woman saved as Jay. The messages hinted at secrecy, travel coordination, and emotional tension. "Keep it quiet till after the reunion," one message read. Another said, "I'll handle wise questions. Just don't post anything." The screenshots spread faster than the original video, because now it wasn't just speculation. It looked like coordination and deception. Some fans believed the texts instantly, while others pointed out inconsistencies, different fonts, mismatched bubbles, missing timestamps. The skepticism didn't stop them from trending. Hashtags like soccer red dress receipts and Mendeecees messages dominated X, formerly Twitter. Gossip pages like The Shade Room reposted everything with the caption, "If true, this changes everything." Meanwhile, fans with digital editing experience started analyzing metadata, claiming the screenshots had been altered. Others dismissed that entirely, saying the emotional tone of the texts was too real to fake. Yandy's silence through it all only added to the speculation. Was she verifying the evidence privately, or refusing to dignify it publicly? Bloggers claimed she had seen the footage, while sources near the show whispered that production had paused filming to review the situation. The supposed red dress girl eventually responded indirectly on her own story, posting a mirror selfie with the caption, "Y'all love a mystery." That single line sent shockwaves. To fans, it felt like confirmation wrapped in defiance. By now, the digital wildfire had evolved into a full-scale investigation. Creators on TikTok turned into amateur detectives, matching nail polish shades from the lobby footage to Instagram posts. Every frame, every pixel was weaponized. Some users even claimed to have hotel staff confirmation, though no one produced verifiable proof. In this storm of speculation, the truth almost didn't matter. What mattered was the narrative, one fueled by emotion, betrayal, and obsession. What had started as a personal issue between two people was now an international scandal fed by likes, views, and virality. The hotel clip and Jay messages weren't just evidence. They were entertainment, and the world was watching. For Yandy, the silence was heavy. For Mendes, the pressure was mounting. And for the viewers, this saga was no longer about relationships. It was about who would break first under the weight of receipts that blurred the line between fact and fabrication. When Mendes finally broke his silence, it wasn't with a statement, it was with a live stream. Late at night, under dim lighting, he appeared visibly tense, his tone a mix of frustration and exhaustion. "Y'all believe anything the internet throws at you," he began, shaking his head. "Half of what's out there isn't even real." His words tried to sound firm, but the cracks showed. He didn't name Yandy directly, referring instead to people twisting stuff. He claimed the hotel clip was coincidental, saying he was meeting a producer, and that the so-called texts were AI garbage. But instead of clarity, his vague replies only added fuel. Every gesture, every pause became a meme or theory. Fans dissected his body language like crime scene footage. Some noticed his hands trembling. Others pointed out his eyes darting off screen, suggesting nervousness. A few supporters defended him fiercely, insisting that the live was proof of a man under emotional attack, trying to hold on to dignity. Yet the majority found his responses inconsistent. His refusal to name names, his avoidance of timelines, and his habit of laughing at serious questions all weakened his credibility. "If you didn't do it, why not show proof?" one commenter wrote. "Why talk in riddles?" another asked. The live lasted only 15 minutes before he abruptly ended it, leaving thousands of viewers in suspense. But clips from it spread instantly across platforms, re-uploaded, remixed, and dissected from every angle. Instead of clearing his name, Mendes had become the centerpiece of even more chaos. PR experts on podcasts called it a masterclass in how not to respond. His denial was supposed to restore order, but it only deepened the divide. For some, Mendes looked like a man unfairly targeted. For others, he was simply caught, struggling to hide behind charm and half-truths. Either way, his live didn't end the conversation. It guaranteed that the internet wouldn't stop talking about him anytime soon. Once the footage and leaked texts had gone viral, the internet turned into a full-scale investigation unit. Fans across platforms began connecting dots that didn't even exist, forming timelines, maps, and conspiracy charts as if solving a crime. Reddit threads titled "The Puerto Rico Pattern" and "Who's the Woman in Red?" racked up thousands of comments overnight. TikTok users zoomed into every background reflection, analyzing shadows, mirrors, even sunglasses lenses, hoping to spot Mendes with someone he shouldn't be with. On X, hashtags like "You Yandy deserves better," "Use justice for Yandy," and "Anu red dress truth" trended simultaneously, turning heartbreak into digital warfare. Fan accounts started cross-referencing flight logs, hotel check-ins, and location tags from multiple influencers who were in Puerto Rico that same weekend. A few even claimed they had seen Mendes at a beachside restaurant holding hands with someone. No proof, just eyewitness energy. But that didn't stop it from spreading like wildfire. Others swore a particular bracelet in a blurry mirror photo matched one from Jasmine's Instagram post. Threads comparing nail colors, timestamps, and captions filled the feeds like digital detective files. Some creators went live for hours, replaying every detail as thousands watched and commented theories in real time. Meanwhile, others argued the evidence was thin and the internet had gone too far, but their voices drowned in the noise of outrage and obsession. Meme pages joined in, mocking Mendes's vague denials and looping clips of his live responses with dramatic music. Even neutral bloggers couldn't stay quiet. Every post, every headline, every rumor became a piece of content to cash in on. The situation wasn't just trending, it was consuming. Fans who once adored the couple now split into factions: believers, skeptics, and those just there for the drama. The irony was cruel. While everyone claimed to fight for the truth, no one knew what the truth even was. What began as heartbreak had evolved into a social media circus, and everyone was playing a part in keeping the flames alive. The digital storm soon spilled into the real world, and the first signs of fallout were impossible to ignore. Yandy and Mendes, once a power couple, suddenly became the center of whispers everywhere they went. The tension finally exploded during a high-profile industry event where both were scheduled to appear separately. But fate had other plans. Cameras flashed the moment they crossed paths in the lobby, and body language said it all. She looked composed but cold. He looked caught between guilt and confusion. Moments later, a clip emerged showing event staff discreetly asking Mendes to step aside, allegedly to avoid disruption. That short video, only 12 seconds long, became the most replayed clip of the night. Within minutes, gossip pages twisted the headline into "Mendes kicked out after Yandy's arrival." Even though insiders later claimed it was just a mix-up, the damage was done. Sponsors began to distance themselves quietly. PR teams drafted statements that never got released. The embarrassment reached another level when Yandy's family, especially her kids, were dragged into the chaos. Commenters flooded their social media accounts with sympathy messages and invasive questions. Relatives who had nothing to do with the drama found themselves trending. Fans tagged them in emotional posts, begging for Yandy to leave him or focus on healing. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It was personal pain broadcast live. For Yandy, the silence was protection. For Mendes, every move became a headline. When he was spotted leaving a restaurant alone, paparazzi swarmed, yelling questions about the woman in red. He didn't answer, but the silence spoke volumes. Even castmates began to choose sides subtly. Some unfollowed him. Others posted cryptic quotes about truth always coming to light. The network itself faced backlash, accused of exploiting heartbreak for ratings. Producers reportedly paused filming to reassess direction, though everyone knew it was about avoiding more bad press. The ripple effect spread fast. Endorsements halted, appearances canceled, and whispers of a potential legal step surfaced. The once glamorous couple now symbolized how quickly fame could collapse under the weight of public curiosity. By the end of that week, both their names were hashtags. Not people in every photo, every silence. Every reaction became fuel for the story that refused to end. As the chaos settled into uneasy silence, one truth lingered: no one really knew what happened. The footage, the messages, the lives, they all told fragments of a story that refused to fit neatly together. Yandy never confirmed nor denied anything. Mendes kept insisting it was all fake, but his tone shifted from confident to defensive with every passing day. The fans, once certain of their own theories, began to question even themselves. Was it manipulation or misinterpretation? Real scandal or smart marketing? The unanswered questions became part of the fascination. Some believed both were victims of a machine bigger than them: the media, the algorithms, the need for attention. Others said the silence itself was an answer, a quiet confirmation without words. The final blow came when both deactivated their accounts for mental health reasons. For a brief moment, the noise stopped. Comment sections turned into memorials of speculation, empathy, and confusion. Influencers made recaps, journalists promised exclusive truths, but none could end the guessing game. What's left now is a vacuum filled with theories and emotion. Did Yandy walk away? Did Mendes confess privately? Is the story really over, or just paused for the next twist? The audience waits, refreshing pages, replaying clips, scanning for clues in silence. And that's where this story lands, not with closure, but with a challenge. What do you think really happened? Was it betrayal, coincidence, or a masterclass in damage control? Drop your thoughts below, share your theories, and join the conversation. Because in this saga, every opinion shapes the narrative, and the truth might just be hiding in the comments.